What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today, Disney losing confidence in Captain Marvel, Brie Larson due to Spider-Man. Almost like I've been talking about this for a while, in the fact that they wanted to act like Brie Larson was actually a prominent figure. Captain Marvel was a prominent figure in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and they could do that. They could pretend to do that because they had Spider-Man at the forefront, so they could sit there and have Spider-Man be the person, be the character that pulls everyone in, because he is truly an icon, but they would always pretend that it was actually Brie Larson. They would treat her like she was the greatest thing ever, Captain Marvel, the greatest hero ever, because they had someone to protect her. Just like that's the reason Captain Marvel was a success, because they protected the movie, because they released it in between the Avenger movies. They made her now I understand that Ant-Man was involved in between those movies too, but they gave Captain Marvel the tease at the end of Infinity War, and then they gave her movie in between Endgame and Infinity War, and then they had her in Endgame. Ridiculous. Like, so protected. Yet when it was a success, they wanted to pretend like it was all Captain Marvel. And it wasn't. And anybody with any common sense understands that. So now that they've lost Tom Holland as Spider-Man, with the whole Sony deal falling through, now there's concern. Well, there should be concern, because there's absolutely no way Brie Larson can be your Iron Man. Not at all. So where does this rumor come from? Let's read and find out. We're on CosmicBookNews.com. A new rumor claims that Disney has lost confidence in Brie Larson and Captain Marvel, which has to do with the loss of Spider-Man to Sony. It's claimed that Disney, Marvel Studios, and Kevin Feige were going to use Spider-Man and Tom Holland to help make Brie Larson and Captain Marvel more likable in the MCU. And that is 100% what they were wanting to do. But now that Spider-Man is gone, Disney is worried about the future of Captain Marvel. Interestingly enough, as seen in Spider-Man Far From Home, Tom Holland is the first to have name-dropped Captain Marvel in the MCU, because of course he was. What is also interesting is that Brie Larson was supposed to be the face of the MCU going forward, the new leader of the Avengers, and the most powerful character in the MCU. However, Kevin Feige didn't announce Captain Marvel 2 as being part of their Phase 4 slate, which is heavily female-oriented, and Feige only hinted at the sequel being announced in the future. Captain Marvel 2 has no writer, director, release date, or the start of production announced or even hinted at. It should also be pointed out that Marvel apparently is bringing back Robert Downey Jr. in their Phase 4 plans, as Tony Stark is said to be coming back for a Black Widow prequel. And Robert Downey Jr. is also rumored in an Ironheart Disney Plus series. Oh, that's painful. Obviously, Brie Larson is the new face of the MCU going forward. Obviously, if Brie Larson is a new face of the MCU moving forward, Captain Marvel and Carol Danvers would be a big part of Phase 4. Presently, they are not. Insiders have filled in the Overlord DVD YouTube channel that all is not well with Captain Marvel at Disney, and the studio has lost confidence in the character. And that is Doomcock, if you're curious. All hail Lord Doomcock, friend of mine, friend of the channel. Disney is having Brie Larson fatigue, and they have lost confidence in her and the direction they're moving with Captain Marvel, the YouTuber claims, who stresses this has to be considered a rumor at this time. Marvel had plans for Captain Marvel, but those plans were utterly derailed by the loss of Spider-Man. The YouTuber goes on to state that Marvel went on to realize that Captain Marvel is a little stiff and a bit unlikable, so Marvel was counting on pairing her with Spider-Man in order to humanize and balance her out. The YouTuber then goes on to say a reason that Sony may not have wanted Spider-Man to continue in the MCU is because Kevin Feige's politically correct route he is taking Phase 4, which among other things sees Feige race bend and gender swap classic Marvel characters, which happened in the Captain Marvel movie to an extent. The YouTuber claims that Spider-Man was going to be used as a second banana to Captain Marvel, meaning she would have belittled Spidey in order to prop herself up. Spidey would have been the butt of jokes and would have brought much needed humor to Carol Danvers. It's also said Captain Marvel would have humiliated Spider-Man in order to promote Disney's PC feminist agenda that shows females as being better than males. That is so on point. Yeah, I mean, so Sony saving Spider-Man. Let's see. So regarding Sony, the YouTuber claims that unfortunately for Marvel, Sony has other plays for Spider-Man. Plans that don't involve Spidey being second best and a cuck to Brie Larson and Captain Marvel. It's said that Disney is kind of stuck as they needed Spider-Man to give Captain Marvel a personality. And now they are stuck with a rigged, unlikable hero with no personality and no plan moving forward, claims the YouTuber. And that is a beautiful situation for them to be in, and they deserve every bit of it. The YouTuber goes on to question if Captain Marvel was the smash hit that Disney claimed it was. Why was there no sequel announced at the San Diego Comic-Con or D23 Expo? The current thinking is that the loss of Spider-Man derailed all of Kevin Feige's announcements at D23, which is why Feige only announced a couple of new Disney Plus shows and brought in Ryan Coogler to announce the release date of Black Panther 2 that doesn't even have a title, while all the other movies announced at Comic-Con do have titles. As noted by the YouTuber, Disney is releasing a Black Widow prequel movie and Thor Love and Thunder starring Natalie Portman as the female Thor before they even touch Captain Marvel again. Captain Marvel wasn't all it was crapped up to be, says the YouTuber. Captain Marvel is on shaky ground. The company is losing confidence in the character. They hope to bolster her appeal by using Spider-Man, but those plans have now been torpedoed by Sony, which frankly makes me glad that Sony saved Spider-Man from all of this. Again, it is noted that Spider-Man being Captain Marvel's lapdog wouldn't be a good thing with it said. Disney is losing confidence in Captain Marvel, maybe slowly starting to realize that they're alienating their fan base isn't the best way to run a business. Yes. Captain Marvel, Brie Larson, Spider-Man rumor sounds likely. And so we're going to, I'm not going to continue reading all this, but ultimately I'm going to link you to Doomcock's video, and I would ask you to go subscribe to Doomcock and, you know, support Doomcock. Great YouTuber. And he's got a lot of sources. Admittedly, the YouTube video is kind of wonky as it puts paradox spin on things, but I actually brought up a similar argument in my article on why Spider-Man going to Sony might be a good thing. I personally I haven't seen Doomcock's video, but again, I know Doomcock, and this all sounds very on point to me. Again, it is a rumor, and it needs to be presented as that. Now, I know a lot of people would like to take a little snippet of what I said here and what I said there and go, oh, he's just passing along misinformation. It's a rumor. And it's a rumor that has a lot of substance if you look at how Disney has been operating with this garbage character. They protected this character, they protected this movie, and they treated it like it was just this glaring success out of nowhere, but in reality it was positioned to be this way. It was protected to be this way. And now, this whole thing with Sony and Spider-Man caught them off guard, and now they are in trouble because they knew, okay, we are losing Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man, which is our #1 star, but we do have the most iconic Marvel character of all time in Tom Holland's Spider-Man, and we're going to be able to utilize him to be exactly what he needed to be to make Brie Larson and Captain Marvel seem more likable and more human. Well, now they don't have the charisma of Tom Holland's Spider-Man and the iconicness of Spider-Man as a character, and now they seem to be in major trouble. So, what do you think about this? Do you think there is some substance to this rumor, or do you think Disney's got it all figured out? I got an idea what the majority of you are going to say. Also, one more time, I'm going to leave a link in the description below, or actually, I'll put a link in the pinned post probably for Doomcock's channel, Overlord DVD. And please go subscribe. Thank you very much for checking out this video. Have a great day, and we will talk to you later. Hey everyone, it's Jeremy from geeksandgamers.com, and if you're a fan of Geeks and Gamers, please go to our website, visit our merchandise store. We have t-shirts, hoodies, hats, beanies, tank tops, and in the very near future, we're going to have many more products for you to choose from. So thank you for the support. We appreciate it. You guys have a great day, and we will talk to you later.